Hey guys, welcome back into the video. So this is my third video today because 343 decided to release part 2 of the outcomes that started last week for season 1. Without further ado, this focuses on the live part. So let's get into it. First out, we have customization. When they were talking about cross-core customization, enabling customization across different armor cores has been the largest point of feedback when it comes to customization. We agreed that there is room to have better customization by lifting the restrictions where possible. For right now, they're focusing options that allow players to use certain ones on different cores. Because of the way the system was initially built, getting items to work on various cores will take time, may not even be possible for all of them, unfortunately, but it will likely require them to do it piece by piece as we investigate what expanding to cross-core customization would require from a technology perspective. The initial focus is helmets, visors, and armor, and eventually, in short, their goals will be incrementally moving to a model that has coatings and visor across everything, with helmets and chest gear working across cannon cores as our first focus changed for this system. Next up, now here's for the multiple attachments on weapons, vehicles, and Spartans. Using the attachments, weapon model changes or vehicle model changes when they don't overlap with one another is also asked for frequently. Their focus is currently set on cross-core customization kits, but they said they'll see what they can do. Desire for more high-value customization content throughout free methods during Season 1, it's become apparent that players wanted more free high-quality customization content to chase, earn, and wear. Like it always should have been. But anyway, as a result of that feedback, we updated the Tenrai event pass after its first week to remove double XP boosts and challenge levels add even more options. They've also reevaluated the passes for Cyber Strata and Tactical Ops to ensure they met player expectations for rewards. Season 2 will improve on this further by slowly removing armor core limitations to enable even more options with those free items. Having better customization options or as weekly ultimate rewards and having more content in event passes and the free track of the battle pass. They'll share even more specifics in the next section. Feedback. And finally, Watchdog and Redshift armor coatings do not look like what was shown in 2020. Last but certainly not least, we've seen the request of how to have the Watchdog and Redshift armor coatings work more closely reflect the initial release in 2020. We want to make this right for our players with a future update. Next up, the shop. Feedback. The price shop offers may vary between offers seen as having similar value. After launch, we received lots of feedback around our shop bundles and pricing. That's an understatement. Since then, we started selling items individually when possible, try to better standardize pricing based on value, and focus on reducing prices across the board. We'll continue to gather these learnings throughout the season and will carry them forward. Desire for more purchase options include a higher rate of rotation, allowing the purchase of individual items. We also agree with this that allowing the purchase of specific items, increasing the rate of refreshes, even potentially adding a second page. We'll be looking forward to improving those aspects in the shop in the future. Next up, we have Battle Pass progression. Feedback. Desire for a career progression system separate. A career progression system is in the deep design phase right now. We want to nail it out of the gate, and that's going to take some time. Good. Make it the best that it could possibly be. I love it. Feedback. Award per match XP that takes performance into account. Additionally, we know there's a desire for per match, which also leverages performance to plug in the system as well as the Battle Pass. Pre-matches XP is on its way and will land this year. Awesome. Feedback. Players want the Battle Pass to contain more value across free and premium tracks. For season 2, we want to focus on improving the value we provide to the players on both free and premium. To do so, the free Battle Pass will contain even more customization content in Season 1, including the Lone Wolves armor core early on. After the premium, we've added credits as another award tier, will allow players to earn up to 1,000 credits. Good. Additionally, Season 2 will also have better weekly ultimate rewards and improved Battle Passes, giving players plenty of opportunities to earn customization content for free. We've been doing our best to address challenges that end up being too situational misconfigure and confusing whenever feedback pops up around them. Please continue letting us know when specific ones don't meet your expectations. Anytime you believe you should have made progress, but didn't, report to them on the Halo support site. Anyway, next up. And finally, Ultimate Rewards, which are earned by completing all your weekly challenges. The Ultimate Challenge have seen highs and lows throughout the season. And we're happy to say that Season 2's Ultimate Rewards will feature rewards at a higher and more consistent quality bar. That means they will focus on content like codings, viruses, and stances, and no longer have elements of pack drops throughout the course of the season. Oh, that is so much better than the current system. For example, here's the first 5 weeks of Ultimate War Season 2. Sentry Stance, Week 2, Battleship Haze, MA40 AR coding. Week 3, Alabaster Koznak Racerback coding, I probably said that wrong. Week 4, Amber Yesterday Visor. Week 5, Spring Mountain Stance. And finally, double XP boost running out time is not preferred. Double XP boost uses at times a little more complex than it appears on the surface. We've seen the recommendation to use Halo 5s, which work on a per match. However, since Halo Infinite currently leverages challenges, per match XP will end later this year though, there's a chance that a player could not meet the requirements for the challenge in that game, and therefore not get any rewards for a per match boost. Since you don't know when you may complete that challenge or not, we instead opted for time-based to make sure players could knock out multiple challenges or get a handful of attempts to knock out a specific one. Based on feedback from last year though, we did end up bumping the double XP timers from 15 to 30, and then doubled again for 30 to 1 hour. Although it's not perfect, we do think it's fair for the time being. Longer term though, we do agree with moving forward from time-based XP boost though. Especially with per match XP coming in future update, we'll have more sharing on both of these in a later date. Next up, we have desire to have modes from events persist and fresh after the event end. This season we've had events and their multi-time matchmaking, and with it, the feedback around this approach was not unexpected, but we wanted to give it a try to see if it can help spice up events. Now that we're giving it a try though, they'll be doing a better job of making event content available in the normal matchmaking play starting Season 2. They talked about that last week. For feedback, Winter Casino was good, but not having Event Pass to track progress was confusing. Winter Casino was a great holiday event with festive rewards, but the confusion around how to unlock the customization of content proved to be too confusing. If we do run out a similar event like this, we'll be sure to leverage the Event Pass feature in-game, so players will know what they've earned and what they're working towards. And finally, event challenges can get stuck behind regular ones, meaning players need to leave the event before they can return. We did take steps to reduce how often weekly challenges could get in front of event ones, but there's still more we can do here. Down the road, we want to have several challenge lists so that weekly challenges are not blocking event challenges and vice versa. Feedback: 10 rise found but limiting progress per week made it feel tedious at times, mixed. Recurring 10-ride events are appreciated by players who missed them or cannot maximize progress a week, but not as appreciated by highly active players. As for the 10-ride event, we've seen positive results overall with the recurring event. We increased the amount of progress players can make in a single week, which has helped quite a lot. I think it went from like 7 to 10, I think. I could be wrong about that though. Even though we've seen some players believe repeating events can get stale, I agree there. Many appreciate the opportunity to catch up on weeks when they have more time to play. We like this fractured format as it stands right now, but we will look to continue to improve in the future. Okay, so that's all the changes that came with this update, and in terms down the line. I'd say this is a pretty good update. There's obviously hopefully somehow they can figure out how to get cross-core customization across the board completely, like every other Halo game, but it's kind of good that they're listening regarding that. As for, the per-match XP boost, amazing. I definitely think that should have been there day one, but hey, they learned their lesson, and they're obviously, paying attention on that front too. So overall, I say generally some good news, but at least that's just how I feel about it, but some of you may disagree, man, that's cool. We can have a debate about that, but, they're learning, they, sketched out themselves. It's gonna be long and painful, but this is good. This is the communication that I like, that they're being very open about this stuff, but sure, I know some of you are gonna say, oh, the usual 3 PR or whatever, but, what else do you expect them to say, At the end of the day, they keep this conversation, going. Like, just keep up with the communication. That's kind of what we all wanted, because we were in the dark for so long, and finally, within a few weeks, we'll have new content, I guess. So, I'll obviously be playing the game again, so, more often. I'm currently playing the game again, playing through the campaign. I was doing that on Legendary before this came out, so anyways, I guess there's really nothing else to say on this topic, so let me know what you guys think. So hit a like, comment, subscribe if you so choose to, and I'll see you all in the next video. Later.